Jeudy. I try to stay positive on this channel as much as I can. It's difficult because of all the negativity surrounding the Browns. I try to keep to my analysis, try to keep on the field. I don't like coming across in these situations. I've got enough to worry about. You would think Jeudy has enough to worry about. I don't care that he makes TikTok videos. I don't care about all the other stuff he's into. None of that stuff matters to me. But when you're trolling in a way that can bleed from there in a negative way to on the field, because remember, your teammates, like it or not, whether they say it to you or not, they look at you differently. They think, what the hell is he doing? I don't care. It doesn't bother me what you're doing there. But when I see this TikTok, because this is what really irritates me. You got this TikTok. Fine, whatever. You have a Q&A, whatever. It doesn't bother me. And you get a question. Now, I know how TikTok is. I've used it. Still use it. Got the little thing coming up from the bottom. If you put the chat right, it'll come up from the bottom. You got all these other things at the bottom. It's hard to read. I've seen it. Saw your little post on there. That's fine. I don't follow you. Probably never will. I don't pay that much attention to it. I use it, but I don't pay attention to it. Not really. And it's brought to my attention, somebody's asking you something along the lines. I couldn't really read it that well. You had all kinds of crap going in there. But it's reading who do you think's going to start, or who is going to start, or whatever, and you throw up the four fingers. I guess you call yourself four. I don't know. I just heard that somewhere. Whatever. That doesn't concern me. What concerns me is now you're coming and trying to walk it back. Why the hell are you trying to walk it back? You think God's going to shoot down lightning bolts on you or something like that? You owe somebody money? Why? Why are you walking it back? Why don't you just be like an adult? Say, yeah, I said it. What's the worst that's going to happen? Darn, I was wrong. I got to catch balls from Shedeur Sanders this year. Never would have guessed. I've got to catch balls from Shedeur Sanders because I was wrong. Excuse me, what? How much was my contract for? I'm gonna get paid what, $10 million this year? $12 million? Something like that? Yeah, I can catch balls from him. I don't mind that. But here's the thing people got to remember. Well, I don't care. Sure, most people don't care what you do in your off time. We do care about it bleeding over into the field. Last year, I gave a pass on Jerry and his poor performance. 48% catch rate. Terrible. One of the worst in the NFL. Absolutely horrendous. Responsible personally for, I believe, 3 of Shedur's interceptions and 1 of Joe Flacco's. And one of the worst fumbles I've ever seen. because it was a terrible fumble, because of the lack of concentration, because you're trying to showboat. Why is Jeudy trying to showboat when we're just trying to pick up wins? His contract should keep secure. He's not winning anything that way. I don't care what you do in your off time, but when it bleeds over, you had things going on last year, personal things. They won't be disclosed, that's fine. Protect your privacy. I'm all for that. Things happen in your personal life. That's cool. I'm not going to knock you for it. But you do have deficiencies when it comes to dropping the ball. You do have deficiencies in concentration. And when you're defending yourself against something that you indicated, didn't have to say it, you threw up the damn fingers. Fine. When you're spending time defending that, working on your craft, that's what irritates me. Because now, what could you be doing right now? And the time you're taking to defend yourself against the internet, you could be catching passes. You could be on the jugs. You could be in Berea on the jugs. Maybe call up DeShaun or said, hey, can we go in and get an extra half hour in? That's it. That's everything. Instead, you're arguing. Instead, you've got all this stuff you're doing. Fine. I don't care what you do outside. Just don't let it bleed in. You know you got teammates there. Guys with the Browns that are going to be saying, dude, even if they don't say it to your face, they're going to be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? What are you doing? What good's this going to do us? What good's it going to do you outside the field? I don't agree with Steve Smith on a lot of things, but his takes on Jeudy from a few years back, I don't think a lot of people realize how good they're aging. Everything from the immaturity to the attitude. I think we're seeing it. He was on his best behavior for about a year and a half. Last year, and so far this year, he's not on his best behavior. He's not concentrating. He's not focusing. You know how much I pay attention? It's like I've been on Draft Utopia for 10 years. You know how many of those that I have watched back, listened back on? Over 1,000 episodes. Not a one. I get a question, I'll answer it. But I got other things going on. Why are any players, fine, he wants to make a TikTok, hell, he wants to answer his Q&As. That's cool. I don't have any problem with that. But people have to own up to things at some point. If you spend your entire career or your entire life defending yourself against people who don't care, or I shouldn't say don't care. Again, they obviously care, or else they wouldn't make the effort. But people who are not going to influence your life or your career, I'm not sure how that helps you. My advice, Just own up to it. What's the worst that's going to happen? You're going to have to catch balls from somebody else. Golly gee willikers, I'm wrong. I got something wrong. We've all said stupid things. We've all done stupid things. It's fine. You don't have to argue about it. You don't have to spend all your time and energy on it. You made a point. You don't have to defend it. You don't have to say it's out of context. Especially when it's obvious that it's in context. The only thing you have to do, yeah, that was my opinion. That's what I thought. Am I wrong? If I am, I didn't really like my quarterback when I was a left tackle, but I defend him. Sure, Sanders is starting quarterback? Fine. You go in and catch the ball for him the same way you would DeShaun Watson, and everything's good. Don't have to defend yourself. Just concentrate on what matters. And if we can all do that, all we have to do is concentrate on what matters to us. We're all good. If you like this video, you can hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, maybe try one of my other videos. But always remember, this shot's on us.